Good afternoon and welcome to Solent Sports News. I'm Henry Deacon and here's the 1 o'clock headlines. Southampton return to Premier League action this weekend as they visit Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. The fixture could also mark a return for Theo Walcott to his boyhood club, and manager Rav Hasenhüttl is confident they will hit the ground running once called upon.
With Theo, we know about his history in the club. He had no game time in the end at Everton, and so there was a chance to get him here. And if you have the chance to get such a player in here who is still hungry, who still wants to learn, who has quality, without a doubt, that this is definitely a player that makes us better.
Elsewhere, Everton begin the day top of the table and play Liverpool in the Merseyside derby at Goodison Park. Carlo Ancelotti's side have won all 4 of their opening league games. Manchester City host Arsenal at the Etihad before Manchester United look to bounce back from their 6-1 defeat to Tottenham when they play Newcastle in the late kick-off at St James's Park. Manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has called on his side to fend off any scrutiny with a positive performance.
It's one of those things that you have to get over it as soon as you can and move on. We know any little chance from outside, you want to create a division. I think Bruno spoke really well the other day about we are united, we have to stay together.
It was a dream draw for 8th tier Solent in the 4th qualifying round of the FA Cup as they drew National League side Torquay United at home. The Southern League First Division side have never made this stage of the competition and are 1 win away from the first round proper. Club secretary Greg Dixon could not have hoped for a better draw.
We were fairly excited that we got the home tie, and to be honest, we didn't really care who we drew, but to bring out someone like Torquay, who, not very long ago were in the Football League, it's everybody's dream, really.
Elsewhere, Eastleigh have been given a home draw against Weston-super-Mare, whilst Haverton Waterlooville will travel to Bath City, a game which Hawks boss Paul Doswell sees as a real challenge.
It's a horrible draw, really. They're a good team. Well coached by Jerry Gill. They've got a good side, and it'll be a tough game. But it's only a horrible draw if you don't.
Parliament is to hold talks over the return of fans to elite level sports next month. The government had recently paused plans for supporters to return to stadiums amid rising coronavirus cases. However, talks will now commence on November the 9th in the House of Commons, following a petition supporting the cause reached over 196,000 signatures. Oxford United were due to host Crewe in front of 1,000 fans. Their managing director, Niall McWilliams, told us just how much effort was put into getting it set up before the plug was pulled.
What we had to do is we had to produce a really detailed test event plan that had to be approved by the safety authorities and by what they call the stadium's safety advisory group. It was a large document, but it was a significant amount of time and cost to get the advice in.
Moving away from football and in rugby, Exeter Chiefs and Racing 92 go in search of their first European Champions Cup crown on Saturday. The final was in doubt after 9 Racing players tested positive for coronavirus 2 weeks ago, but have since tested negative after a period of quarantine. Chiefs head coach Rob Baxter believes his side are ready for the biggest occasion in the club's history.
We're excited, but we're also kind of realistic about what we're going to have to go through to win the game. Atmosphere around the changing rooms is fantastic, and not in a silly way. It's fantastic in a genuine energy way.
The return of tennis has seen flocks of people back on the courts around the UK. While the courts have been empty, there have been more conversations about sport and mental well-being. Sport in Mind, a charity organisation which uses sport to help those with mental illnesses, has helped over 12,500 people. Laura Brooke has seen firsthand how people's confidence and self-esteem has risen through the charity's work.
We've had someone that's come along as a participant who's been quite unwell and who has slowly kind of built relationships with people and confidence in their ability and what they do, and then have become volunteers for us. And that person, through their support and building even more confidence as a volunteer, was actually someone that we were able to pay to become a coach and actually started delivering sessions for us themselves.
And there's a new name on the Premier League Darts Trophy.
Urging himself on to cross the line. And he has crossed the line!
Glenn Dowant beat Nathan Aspinall 11-8 in the final of the Premier League Darts tournament in Coventry to win £250,000 and one of darts' biggest prizes. Dowant won the tournament in his debut year after finishing top of the table at the end of the regular league phase. Following the stop due to the coronavirus pandemic, it actually took a 4-month tournament 9 months to complete. Well, that's it for us for now. We'll be back in an hour. Remember, you can keep up to date with all of our stories on our website, solentjournalism.co.uk, but you can also follow us on Twitter. The handle is @Solent Sports News. We'll see you again in an hour. Bye-bye for now.